Miami folks,
Yes,
the U being back last night, you could feel it in Dallas. Or in Arlington, I'm sorry.
Well, you remember what Nick said?
Yeah.
If Miami gets in, they might win the whole thing. Most dangerous team. have a look at what happened last night in the Cotton Bowl. 10th seed Miami, number 2 Ohio State.
There's the sky.
Second quarter, 3rd and 2. Herbie, how about this call on 3rd down in the red zone of Mark Fletcher?
Really good job. Shannon Dawson deserves a ton of credit for the plan that he put together and the execution, especially early in this game. This right here by Keontae Scott. Yeah. What a great job of being drilled, prepared. As soon as he saw that tight end in motion, he jumped it and gave the Canes a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, and then he gets the Jim Thorpe Award pose, I do believe, afterwards.
Jeremiah Smith missed the block on that one,
yeah,
too.
He did. Yeah. He did. Had a chance to block on the screen. Exactly. Couldn't do it. But you know what? The Buckeyes came back in the second half. Couple of long touchdown drives. Bo Jackson goes in. And then saying, you're in trouble, throw it to 4.
Ryan Day, first half, calling plays for the first time. Didn't really have much. Second half, they come out of the half, have a long scoring drive. Second one, have another scoring drive. You think, okay, Ohio State's back. Can Miami answer? Can they take momentum back from Ohio State? They end up doing that with great offense, both through the power game and the sky, like this to C.J. Daniels here.
You saw the earlier catch by Shamar Brown, then C.J. Daniels. Both those guys had big moments, and then plowing in is Brown, who didn't touch the ball until that catch in the fourth quarter and had some huge ones. And this is how it would end. 24-14, saying desperate, picked off by Jacoby Thomas. And the Canes advanced to the Fiesta Bowl. The 10 seed barely got in. Last minute flip in the college football playoff standings. And boy, they are proving more than worthy as they move on. So they await the winner of tonight's Sugar Bowl game between Ole Miss and Georgia. Miami will be waiting if the Dogs were to win. Carson Beck with a reunion with the Dogs, but there's a whole lot before that. And it was a really physical, impressive performance by the Hurricanes.
I think everybody who's watched Ohio State, the 2 games they got challenged at the line of scrimmage were Texas and Indiana. And because of that, here comes Miami. And everybody knew that this was going to be a very big challenge for Ohio State's offensive line. It proved to be very, very true. But I think what stood out is Ohio State fought back, got themselves in a position with the football late with a chance to go down, maybe take the lead. Miami's defense comes up with a stop. There's 5:50 to go in that game. And Miami takes the ball. They run it 7 times, 2 passes, and kill the clock and kill the will of Ohio State. So, again, they did the same thing against Texas A&M, by the way. Late in the game, 3-3 on the road, 3:50 to go, Des. Yeah. 5 runs, Fletcher just kind of like waited for that moment and really imposed their will at the right time. So congrats to Miami and Mario. This is what he envisioned when he left Eugene to head back to Miami to his alma mater.
So Coach Saban told us that this generation, the one thing that they respect is being disrespected because it motivates them. It's not really money, but if they're disrespected, they get motivated. And against A&M, they were disrespected by Trey Zoon. He said that, hey, Reuben Bain Jr., there's not going to be a problem in their defensive line. And they went to College Station, and they, pretty much just destroyed the Aggies' offensive line. And then Jeremiah Smith, he said, oh, they're talking about what happened 20 years ago. He said, we have something for them New Year's Eve. I was around these players, Pat. These guys, they internalize all that disrespect, and then they go out there and take it out on the field. They never return the disrespectful comments. They do it with their actions. Kudos to Mario Cristobal, his staff, and those players for internalizing the disrespect and going out there on the field and then just handling their business.
Yeah, they internalize it, and then after the game, they'll let you know. And I think that is why
they say he who laughs last.
Exactly. Yeah, laughs the hardest. The whole watching last night, it's like the U is back. And you watch that defense. Even when Ohio State was starting to put some drives together there, every hit was a gigantic one. And I got to give credit to the SEC officiating crew last night, too. They didn't call anything. We talked to them before the game, and I said, what's your guys' style? What's your style? They're not paying to watch us throw flags, is what the ref said. And I said, I like that. I like that a lot.
That's great. That's right.
So during every single kickoff, the white cap is standing right next to us for that field pass, and I'm like, hey, no flags. Let's go. Actually,
so you deserve some credit.
I think so, but it wasn't just me. AJ, Darius, all of us on the sideline because
let them play.
Let the guys play. Now, granted, on that note, there was a helmet-to-helmet tackle that was like a spear, and Miami was picking guys up and putting them through the ground. It felt like Miami did have that edge. It felt like the U was back. And the thing that was impressive to me, and you mentioned it there, Ohio State comes back and steals momentum a little bit. Miami looked a little flat on their feet coming out of halftime. So then you wonder, is Miami just a bunch of front runners? is Miami a team that can go ahead and stop another team, the national champion, from rolling? And whenever they took that momentum back from Ohio State, I'm like, this team sits in the pocket. This team will fight you. And if Carson Beck's going to have time, he's going to be able to spin it. And Fletcher and Brown, and I believe there was a Pringle, and there was all these guys in the backfield that were able to move. It's like that Miami team is impressive, and they want to fight you, just like Coach Cristobal, Coach.
Right. Well, I think that impressed me the most is how relentless Miami competes in a game.
Yeah.
To your point, when Ohio State came out and answered the bell in the second half, I mean, Miami just kept playing, and they just drove through the smoke, and they made the plays they had to make when they needed to make them. A couple third down conversions in that last drive, which was critical. These guys are the real deal, and they're peaking at the right time. They're playing their best ball of the season right now, which is a tribute to the coaching staff,
no doubt,
and the players' commitment to a standard which they're playing to.
A couple things. You're enjoying the rain coming down. It's not just coming down, it's coming in.
I'm worried about his laptop right there.
And then, real quick, I just want to say this. Malachi Toney, the true freshman who reclassified, should be a senior in high school. We talk all year about how great of a receiver he is. If you don't get a chance to go back and watch that game, watch him in 7 block every single play.
100%.
Not just at the end with the screens. And I just want to salute Malachi Toney. It's fun to find a high-profile receiver that is willing to block. All those Miami wide receivers block. And the Canes defense, 12 sacks in the first 2 CFP games.
And that's the way to affect the game that a lot of people don't know. He actually put it on the ground and got it back twice.
Two great blocks in the end.
But he did it the whole game.
Number 10.
You know, Mario Cristobal is ready right now. We were going to talk to him a little later in the show, but you get a win like that, and you're going to come on the show. Hey, Mario, congratulations. Thanks for being with us this morning. What a great physical win for your team. One of the things we've talked a little bit about how you guys answered the bell. Second half, Ohio State comes out. They put together a couple of long drives. Looked as if your defense was reeling, but then you draw a holding penalty, you get a sack, you make them punt. What kind of impact did that have on your offense when they got the ball back, which led to their next drive?
Well, no doubt, and good morning, you guys. Appreciate you guys having me on here. And I didn't want to have to pack all this stuff, so I wore it again. It's the only clean clothes I have left. They found some stuff in the second half. They came out, they ran the ball really well, and Coach Heatherman made a couple of adjustments to now start putting them in more difficult down the distance situations. But I think the pressure that we kept on their quarterback all night and the fact that we kept disguising the looks on the back end caused that extra, half second of hesitation that allowed our guys to get home and change the game.
Coach, hey, I was down there at College Station, and I don't think if you weren't there, you could fully understand what that wind was. I mean, you're talking, that was like 40-mile-an-hour gusts, 30-mile-an-hour gusts. I think a lot of people weren't expecting much from your offense against this Matt Patricia-led Ohio State Buckeye defense. Can you tell me about Fletcher being an absolute monster, by the way, but not just him? All your weapons seemingly have shown up, and Carson Beck looks more calm and comfortable than we've seen him in years. Can you tell me a little bit about your offense and what you learned at Texas A&M, and then what you learned last night about your boys?
Well, I mean, both those defenses, there's not a lot of air in the run game. You have to make those, like coaches tell us, those muddy, bloody yards. And your guys up front have to come to play and know that it's a rock fight. And, as much as you got to hit them, you got to be willing to take the hits and just keep coming. And I think our guys they really like that type of, mentality, DNA, where I think we're wired in that manner. But more importantly, I think we all recognize that we have a long way to go, and we're getting better every week. We're going to get a little bit better. So, but Mark Fletcher, I think Marty, Brown last night, you saw him a little bit as well. Those guys are, 225, 230 pounds, and they're built for that kind of stuff. And when you're playing, teams that keep jumping into bear fronts and +1 in you, and sometimes in cover 0, and you still have to run the ball, you better create a little bit of movement. I think our guys did a good job of that.
Mario, congrats on a huge win and a great run so far in the CFP. I just wanted to ask you, just talked about Malachi Toney, CJ Daniels, and just the culture of the receivers. And everybody thinks of you. They think of offensive line play, physicality, toughness. But for you to get high-profile receivers to willingly block every single play, just talk about how you do that. How do you go about finding guys that buy into that aspect, not just catching the ball, but getting physical and open up running lanes for those backs?
Yeah, I appreciate you mentioning that because, and look, I'm beyond excited about the way our trenches are developing, and they got a great a great way about him and a great approach on a weekly basis to really just get in there and get muddy and bloody. But the physicality and the dog mentality of our skill positions, I think, were the separator, and not only last week, but this week as well. They stick their face in there. They run their feet through contact. People are bombing safeties down and inside the blocks and plus wanting us all the time. And these guys have done a really good job going in there and knocking them around and sometimes getting knocked around a bunch as well. But there's no fear. There's no hesitation. And if you watch them on film, they're celebrating as much or more on those big runs when they're blocking than when they actually catch a pass.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mario, you really built this program a special way, in my opinion, in terms of, your team on the line of scrimmage, whether it's a defensive line or the offensive line, which I think that's how you win games this time of year, when you can dominate the line of scrimmage. And your guys have done that tremendously. I mean, they, in both games, against A&M, you ran the ball at will, and last night, Ohio State, who's supposed to be a really physical team, you guys dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. You built the program that way. How important is that in terms of you guys continuing to make a run?
Well, I mean, it was one of the greatest lessons under you at Alabama, right? You used to tell us all the time, mass kicks ass, right? So we did get some big, massive guys, and I guess the best way to say it, Coach, we're getting better. We're getting better quality football players, better quality human beings, elite competitors, and we're starting to stack them up. And the guys that, honestly, the best part of our team right now are the guys that got here year one when we were getting our faces kicked in, all right, in 2022. We're getting beat by Middle Tennessee out there. We're getting smacked around by teams by 30, 40 points. And they're the foundation, and they've been through that. So they're great leaders. They set the tone on a daily basis, and they sure as hell don't let people slip.
Well, one coaching point I'll have for you, Mario, since you mentioned it. 3rd and 3 is not the time to go to goal line.
He froze. I don't know if he heard that. That might be the big change. The tech might have slowed down the canes right there.
Hey, do we have Mario, or did we lose him there, guys?
Can you hear me? I can see you.
Okay, he can hear. We're
That's
not
all
sure
that
if we can
matters.
see him. Desmond, what do you got for Coach?
Coach, congratulations. Go ahead.
Coach is saying don't go to goal line. How about if you got 2 downs? I mean, you used to have that kind of mentality, but now that you're in the big business and the TV world, I guess you think differently.
I love that.
On that note, Coach, 4th and a half yard on your own 32. You choose to punt. That felt like a massive decision at the time, but ended up being the right decision at the time. All that stuff matters in the long game, I think. Every single one of your decisions. Congrats on getting them all right.
Yeah, congrats on
Well, that one was against my gut, honestly, and I felt we were playing such good defense, and we were up 2 scores, and I felt we could flip the field on. That was a tough one right there. That was one where I didn't feel, I was right down the middle on it, but it worked out for us.
Coach, congrats on the outstanding victory. I've been around your team quite often this season. Those guys are some very fun-loving guys, but when it comes to business, they're all about business. And I just say that they respect being disrespected, meaning that they embrace it, they internalize it, and then they just let their past do the talking. Tell us about your personality of this team. What is this team like? Where are they built, like, personality-wise?
Football is really important to them. It's like the top of the priority list for them. So, I'm not the easiest guy to get along with. You could ask Coach. So these guys do a great job just pushing. They really do. There's no complaints. There's no pushback. We're building a facility. We got to run outside, run inside, go around, all kinds of crap. Add like another 1,000 yards a day of running just to be able to, to conduct practice. And there's no pushback. They just go. And honestly, they're such great human beings that you exhaust yourself trying to do everything possible to help them be the best they can be. They are awesome. They make all of us a better coach, but it is a complete team effort.
There was a couple of times last night I could have got you with a double leg. Just want to let you know.
You're going to get nice and beat up when I see you.
Hey, before we let you go, where are you watching the game tonight, Mario?
We'll be. We're on to the next potential opponents, but we'll be at the house. We're flying out here in a little bit, man. Coach knows I got like 1,000 Cubans with me, man. Trying to get out of here is like, holy crap.
Well, kudos, Mario. You got him peaking at the right time, baby. You got him peaking at the right time.
Keep them pissed off,
Appreciate
though.
you guys. Thanks for having me.
Keep them pissed off.
Hey, congrats, Coach.
Great win,
Appreciate
Mario.
you.
Thank you for your time this morning. Mario Cristobal, head coach of the Hurricanes, is there moving on to the Fiesta Bowl in the semifinals.